Welcome back to Inside the Pride. I'm joined by head coach Dan Campbell. Week 15, a bounce back week for your team. You said earlier this week, though, that some of your best players didn't have their best game. What do they need to show you Saturday night to say that, hey, your foundational players are coming out with a vengeance?
Listen, it's as simple as just do your job. Do your job. We don't need you to do something that is out of your wheelhouse, out of our wheelhouse. You know, play within the system and just be yourself. Just be the reliable self that we know you are, because that's why you are some of our best players. They do that, they'll be fine. And here's what I do know about those players, all of them. They're prideful, they're accountable, and I expect big games out of all of them this week.
Mm-hmm. When you talk about your coaching tree and your mentors in this game, you almost always bring up Sean Payton. That's the first time you'll face him in your Detroit tenure as a head coach. What's the number one thing you've learned from Coach Payton over the years?
There's a number of things, but probably about the discipline of what you do and the consistency of what you do. That's one. Two is use of personnel, how you use the best of each player that you have on the roster that's going to the game.
It's year 2 for quarterback Russell Wilson. Up and down year if we look at the stats. That's why we're looking at the film. What does your defense need to hone in on to limit the vet?
They're going to be efficient first, second down, run the ball, man, play pass, but when they play pass, nudge the edges, really, 7-man protection, then get on outlets and 2 receiver routes, push it down the field. They're trying to get DPI, shot plays, explosives. This actually is right before 2-minute here, and I think they're, hey, if you've got this, take it, catch out of bounds, clock stops. But, Russell does a good job of reading this, and he realizes this guy busts the route or busts the coverage, and so he fills the corner. He gets a huge explosive over the top that right before halftime, gets out of bounds. So he can see this stuff now. He still feels it. He very much can read defenses. He's mobile enough, and he's got a big arm.
Wilson's going to find wide receiver Courtland Sutton, no doubt about it. Sutton is a walking highlight reel in addition to his 10 touchdowns and 13 yards per catch. How does your defense make sure they do not end up on that highlight reel?
Yeah, look, he's tough now. Between he and Judy, I mean, they've got some guys now, and so what he does a good job of, man, he's a long range, long strider. He gets his build to speed and he can go, but really it's this radar. He can track these deep balls. He's really good at finding them, tracking them. He's got length, and he can also, if it's short, he'll go up and high ball it. He'll high point the ball. But they do a good job from behind him. Man, they will protect it up. You're about to see, look at the double teams. It starts here and then it works its way out. All right, double team. And he's got all the time in the world to just sit in this pocket and launch one up and let your guy go make a play on the other guy.
Mm-hmm. Broncos defensively #1 in the league in takeaways with 24, coming off of 6 sacks against the Chargers. Linebacker Jonathan Cooper, he is putting up stats in both of those categories. How do you like your matchup with Cooper?
Well, look, let me start here. He's a heck of a player. This is a salty group now, and both of these edge guys are salty rushers. This guy can bend the edge. There's Coop you're talking about. But how do I like our matchup? I love our tackles, all right? And I will always take our tackles, all right? We're fortunate to have those guys. But these are good rushers. And this guy, it does. It starts with him. He's got a quick first step. He's wiry. Look at his hands. You can see with his left hand, he does this all the time. He's crafty. He can dip, rip, turn the hoop, and then he does this stuff here. Gets the ball out, gets a sack. So it's a relentless group now.
Mm-hmm. Your team is going back home to Ford Field for the first time in 23 days.
Yeah.
You're going up against a mentor like Sean Payton. How perfect of an opportunity is this for your team to bounce back in the month of December that you keep saying is so critical?
It's a great opportunity, man. And it's right here in front of us. And there's no such thing as we can go back if we want missed opportunity. No, it's this one. We have it right in front of us. This is the opportunity. So it's going to be special to get back home. It's time. I feel like we've been on the road a long time. Get back home Saturday night, our fans, our crew, against, somebody I got a ton of respect for and enough respect to where, man, I sure want to beat him. Let's get win number 10.
Mm-hmm. Thanks so much, Coach.
Okay, thank you.